Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of the Gibraltar Challenge here on Foot Manager 2016. Now this is just going to be another episode where we just have a couple of international friendlies. Of course, we're not in control of the international side yet. We just want to keep an eye on them and see how well they progress, see how many of our players are playing for them. And to start things off, they've got a home game against Canada where the odds are surprisingly not as strong in favour of Canada as I expected. I expected Canada to be dominant in this one. So Gibraltar may just have a chance, but in the next match they definitely have a chance. They're playing at home to San Marino. That could be their second ever international victory. Of course, they defeated Hong Kong a few episodes back. But let's have a see how they get on in this one. Right, so who is playing? Who's playing that we know? Ooh, they've dropped quite a few of our players actually. Evans is on the bench by the looks of it. So only player we have on the bench is... Oh, we got two players on the pitch. We have Steve Cooper, of course, our centre-back, who's been absolutely fantastic for us this season. And alongside him we have Alex Ross, who is another pretty good centre-back, who we haven't played too much this year. He's had a few games, he's been pretty hit and miss though for us really. And of course they have Joseph, a left-back, and Joseph is a player who will be joining us in about a month's time. We've already signed him up, so he had a good season last year at Lincoln Red Imp, so I'm hoping when he comes into us, we need him as soon as possible, because our first choice of left-back who we brought in the summer, Donis, has just been injured in the under-21s game, so he's out for 3 to 4 months. So we can't get Joseph quick enough, I don't think. But of course on the bench we also have Callum McDonald, our goalkeeper. We have Frank Evans. And I think that's it, we've just got the 4 guys in the squad. So at least we've got the full defence as ours. Let's see how they get on. I'm not expecting a victory here for Gibraltar. I'm expecting a loss, in fairness, against Canada. I think Canada are the stronger team. But you never know. You never know. Gibraltar's got a few good players that obviously don't play in the league. I've been trying again to sign them up, and there's just quite a few good ones. There's obviously Walker, we all know about, but he won't sign for us because he wants something a bit bigger. But there is nothing bigger in Gibraltar at the moment. We do plan, hopefully, on becoming a professional team at some point. That is the overall plan of what we want to do, but it's going to take a few years to earn enough money to be doing that sort of thing. Of course, we'd have to start winning the league. We'd have to earn some money from Champions League stuff and bits and bobs like that, just to try and build ourselves up and build up the nation as well. And then we might be able to become a professional team, sign up players like Liam Walker, and then once we have, we're going to end up dominating the division for a few years. But it doesn't necessarily matter too much what happens in the division. It's all going to be about what happens in the continental competition. Like I said, the end game sort of plan for this is, I know this is going to sound absolutely insane as well though, but the end game plan is to win the Champions League as Europa Point and to win the World Cup as Gibraltar. And it might sound completely impossible, but I think it is possible if you plough enough time into it there and develop some fantastic homegrown players. Both aspects are possible, as Canada do take the lead as we expected. But of course we have developed quite a few really good players over the last couple of seasons, and as you can see, 4 of them are in and around the Gibraltar squad now. So there's no reason why, once we get our next set of youth intakes, we can't be looking at maybe developing some more fantastic players. Who knows? If we're in the top division now, there's a chance, I don't know if this is right or not, but I imagine if you're in the top division, you've got a higher chance of getting better younger players. That's my guess. And who knows, if we can get an absolute world beater, maybe we can get some money off them. And I will do, if when we get a really fantastic young player, and somebody from abroad comes in and says they want to buy them, I think I would accept it, because I think at the moment, while we're still part-time, we can't really grow some of the players as we need to. So for the good of Gibraltar and the good of Gibraltarian football, I think we'd have to let some of the younger players go. If bigger teams came in, say we regened an absolute amazing young player, and for example Man United came in for him and offered us £1 million, we'd take it. We would actually snap £1 million off them straight away. That'd be amazing. But we'd definitely take it, because Man United are probably able to develop him as a better player with their full-time training facilities and world-class training facilities than what we would at the moment. So yeah, it's something we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to. That's if we can develop a good enough player. Of course, there's no guarantee. And like I said, I did give a slightly better youth setup to start the game with, just to give us a little bit of a boost to help us get further into this. Because if we start off with with youth facilities of 1, then we're never going to be able to create fantastic players. So that's basically what we did. And that's how we got players like Cooper, players like Frost has been absolutely amazing. I did play a game off camera a few days ago, and Frost down the right hand side, since we moved into right midfield, has been absolutely incredible. I think we won the game 3-0 and he got all 3 assists. He was absolutely crazy. But bad news is Hulk, our talisman striker, has been injured. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks, I think. So maybe, I think by the time we get back into our next match on camera, I think he should be back. But we have cover. We brought on Casemiro. We've signed in the summer, and he scored a goal anyway, so it wasn't too much of a problem. Hernandez is through. Oh, Gibraltar nearly got the equaliser. Of course, if you didn't see the end of the last episode, we had a quick look at the world rankings, and Gibraltar have moved up now from 210th up to 191st because of that victory over Hong Kong. They've been fired up the world rankings. If they can get a victory over San Marino in our next game this episode as well, who knows, they could be flying up the rankings even more. And that's good for us, because I think it's going to make them, the better Gibraltar get as a nation, it's going to improve our players. Well, Steve Cooper and of course Alex Ross both playing here against Canada, a team comprised mostly of professional footballers. So it's only going to make them better. And off comes Alex Ross, but on comes Frank Evans. Come on, Frank Evans, show him what you can do. I do like Frank Evans, he's a cracking player. Will Britt seems to have held down that first team spot now for Gibraltar as the goalkeeper, which is a shame because I think Callum McDonald was doing really well. Obviously, he's our number 1 choice goalkeeper, especially with our other goalkeeper injured. And it's going to be another twist in his tail. A 1-0 loss against Canada is not a bad result. Of course, want to try and get some more wins and draws and stuff like that. But a 1-0 loss against Canada, like I said, a team with a lot of professional players, a 1-0 loss is not too bad. But Gosling's now on the ball. What's he got here is Bentley. Bentley plays it into the middle to Frank Evans. Good old Frank Evans. Across to Walker, the talisman of the Gibraltar side. Morandi. McDonald, but it's picked up by Goncalves. Now by Bentley. Back into Morandi. To Evans. Evans sees the ball through to Gosling, but De Silva cuts it out. It's a shame because it seemed like quite a good idea there by Evans. De Silva now to Henry, clears the ball up. It's headed clear by Cooper. Good old Cooper, he's such a good defender. He's only going to get better and better as well. There's a big cross and Doherty scores. And just as I was saying how good of a defender he was, I think he got caught out there. But a 2-0 loss to Canada. Again, it's not embarrassing. That's the main thing. I think this match against San Marino, that's the main reason I want to watch these 2 international games. I think the match against San Marino is really going to be an impressive one. I think they can win that match against San Marino. And I think they can win it quite convincingly as well. I have to wait and see what happens. And I think this actually makes Steve Cooper our most capped Gibraltarian player now as well. I think he's got 5 caps. He's joining Tony Ball on that mark of 5 caps. But Tony Ball has not been called up for the national squad for this set of friendlies. Not quite sure why. I know he hasn't played a lot of football for us because we've changed our formation. But yeah, it's interesting. Steve Cooper, if he gets another match against San Marino, he will be our highest capped player. Walker now with a free kick. It's headed clear by Edgar. Out to Junior Hoylett. Big ball forward to Doherty. Is referee going to blow the whistle? Is he going to let this attack go? Looks like he's letting it go. Jackson into the box. Tried to cross it in, but it's blocked. And there we go. The full-time whistle does go. 2-0 loss by Gibraltar at home to Canada. Like I said, it's not embarrassing. But let's see what happens when Gibraltar take on San Marino. And here is that second friendly. And I don't think this betting odds actually work for some reason, because it had Gibraltar down as narrow. Well, it had Canada down as narrow favourites to win the last match. But now it's got Gibraltar down as massive, massive underdogs for this one. And they are actually ahead of San Marino in the world ranking. So I don't quite understand why that is. So I'm going to ignore that for now. Let's have a quick look at the teams. It looks like he's sticking more. No, he's dropped. He's dropped our other lad. What's his name? Ross. So Cooper stays in the team. Joseph's still in. Apart from that, there's no one else for us. On the bench, of course, we've got Callum McDonald, Alex Ross, and Frank Evans. So only Cooper starts this one. He's going to get his 6th cap. And I was saying last episode that Cooper, if he gets this, will be our highest capped player in the squad. But of course, Joseph, who signs for us in about a month's time, has 25 caps. So he's not going to be our longest. He will probably be our highest capped player eventually, because Joseph's 28. So, yeah. So let's get into this one. See how we get on. I'm thinking, oh my god, the stands are absolutely empty for this one. I'm thinking that that Gibraltar should win this one against San Marino. I really am. And if they do, it should boost them up the world rankings a little bit more as well. Of course, that big win against Hong Kong, which threw them from 210th up to 191st, was massive. And I'd be hoping that they can continue that good form here. Let's have a look at the match stats. There we go. So far, it looks like San Marino does slightly better in this one. They've got slightly more possession. They've had a shot as well. Steve Cooper's been booked fairly early. Stuart Conroy caught offside. Stuart Conroy is a regen player, but he's not one of ours. And here we go. Gibraltar now starting to dominate possession with 56%, 61% of possession. But you need to do something with it, Gibraltar. You can't just dominate possession. You've had one shot. No, there we go. Now we're having some shots now. Will Britt brings the ball forward. A big goal kick. Headed clear by Massey, but picked back up by Hernandez out to Gosling on the right-hand side. Gosling across to Munoz. Cuts it into Conroy. And it seems to get a bit jittery during international matches. Doesn't seem to happen in... there we go. Steicher scored. Steicher scored for Gibraltar. They're 1-0 up. Yeah, the matches seem to get a bit jittery in international matches, but they seem to be absolutely fine in club matches. Not quite sure why. Conroy, good ball out wide to Joseph, and Joseph saw the run of Steicher. I've tried to sign Steicher a few times. He is a free transfer at the moment, but he wants to go to a club that will match his ambition. So I'm assuming a club which is a bit more full-time maybe. But what a great start to the match now for Gibraltar. 1-0 up. And could this be their second ever international victory? They defeated Hong Kong a few episodes ago, and now they're looking to defeat San Marino as well. Be pretty damn good if they do. I'm really excited, actually. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Just think they're going to get to half time at 1-0, which is pretty good as well. I would hope to see a few more of our players on the pitch in the second half. Doesn't look like they have. They brought on Mark Bentley. And they've just brought on Mark Bentley. I was hoping to bring Frosty on for the second half. I think Frosty deserves to lock himself in at a first team place for Gibraltar. He's been absolutely incredible for us, especially since we moved him out to the right. You'll see that in the next episode when we get back into our league matches. But they're holding on pretty well. More substitutions maybe, Gibraltar? Jeff Wood. Franco comes on. Shrembry comes on. I was hoping for Frost. Can I bring Frosty on? Oh no, Frost. It's Frank Evans. What am I talking about? Frank Evans. Frost is one of our other young players who's in the under-21s. So Frank Evans is on the pitch now. Let's see what you can do, Frankie. You've done pretty well so far this season in the Primera Division. You deserve a good performance here for the national side. It looks like they're going to be able to hold out this 1-0 victory though. San Marino have had more shots in this game, but Gibraltar have dominated possession, so it looks like they are good for their lead. And there we go. The referee's blown the whistle, and that's it. Gibraltar have won their second ever international match. It's a 1-0 victory over San Marino. Joseph, one of the man of the match, which is great because he joins us in a month's time. And there you go. Joseph, man of the match. Good tackles, interceptions, headers, also an assist as well. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, as I found out last time, it takes a few weeks for the international points to drop into the FIFA ranking. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And as soon as I know, I will let you know what ranking they've moved up to. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. It's just been a quick one for the international friendlies. Of course, if you have, then be sure to slap that like button. And of course, subscribe for a lot more of the Gibraltar Challenge. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you all next time.